Okay, so I wanted to make this video before I head out again today. This is a response to the Heaven for Men. I got a few people, asking me about it. So here it is. So I didn't watch the older videos because I don't know what mindset I was in at the time and where I was going with anything. But so I'll just start, pretty much from where I am now in life, which should be about the same. Okay, you see, as a man, our goal is to just learn because success and failure is going to come and go. Okay, no matter what you do, you can try doing everything completely perfect, and then for reasons other than that you did, it could fail. You see, especially when you go out in that world and you start working, and anything can happen. So I think the number one important thing for men to realize and know and try to remember, even though it's going to be hard when you actually go through it, but remember, like, this is the course of life. Whenever shit gets too good or too bad, like, just try to stay humble in both scenarios, because like I said, no matter what you do, you can't base yourself. Okay, I'll say this: don't base yourself off of success, because in the end, success is relative to the person. What's successful to me may not be successful to you or the next guy, right? So successful is relative. But even with that, everybody, any intellectual thinker or businessman or whatever the fuck, if you get them in a real conversation and have them sit down, any mathematician, any scientist, they have to acknowledge that with any success, there was a large part of luck that went into it. Okay, that was there before you even got there, kind of thing. So, but I'm not saying just completely rely on luck, but realize that, I mean, you're going to succeed and you're going to fail for reasons other than why you think so. Okay. So with that being said, understanding that life is just a path, right? And some people say you can pick the path, blah blah. And let's be real, in a lot of cases, you really can't pick the path. You can try to pick the path and think you're gonna do it, but it's life. Shit happens. Like I say, and I think the number one biggest mistake that a lot of guys do is base their worth off of the numbers in their bank account, or if they have a girlfriend, like basing it on other shit, like basing their worth on that outside shit. Anything can happen with the money in your bank account. Anything can happen, and you can be broke next month, okay, or 6 months from now. You get in a bad car accident and it wasn't covered, and you had to pay out of pocket or whatever. Anything can happen, man. So when it comes to money or girlfriends or anything outside, pretty much outside of anything that you can create whenever you want to create it, like, take that as it comes and goes. Take it as it comes and goes. That's my advice with that shit. Your money does not define you. Okay, as a human, and that is the one biggest issue that I find that a lot of guys make is the money and this pressure to make more money and pressure. Look, that shit's gonna come and go whether you try or not. Let's just be honest about it. How many times were you not even looking for a job and got offered a job? And how many times did you spend fucking months and weeks and months and years looking for a job and couldn't find one to save your life? Because life doesn't care about what you want. Okay, I mean, to an extent, if you put in work, it's a good probability you'll get something out of it. But even then, there's still a bit of luck. When you go, let's just use a job interview, for example. You go to a job for an interview. Now, most job postings are complete lies to what the job actually is. Okay. Then on top of that, you'll never really know why that hiring manager, whoever the fuck, you'll never really know why they didn't like you or why they liked you. Okay. For example, I remember when I worked at the VA in Ohio. It's the Veteran Affairs for the military. I worked in the VA in Ohio, and I worked with I was a grad assistant, and I worked in the same off area as the hiring person and the head person over all the counselors in the state of Ohio, right? And we would talk, and I would end up in conversations, and we would talk about the people who was applying to be counselors. And the whole thing is just a really weird process, right? So I remember I mean, I'm not gonna get her in trouble. I'm not gonna say her by name, but we would look at at the resumes. I'm telling you, like, so many people focus on making their resumes perfect. These resumes were just like, I mean, a 10-year-old could have wrote out a better CV or resume. It was just awful, right? But you know why? The reason why she didn't hire, I remember this one guy, the reason why she didn't hire him, but she never, I'm sure she never told him. The reason why she never hired him was she actually really liked him, but she didn't think that he would get along with another guy who worked there. So that's why she didn't hire him, which is fucked up. You see, this dude went to college for 7, 8 years and got these certifications and all that, and he got rejected up for a job because the hiring person thought that he wouldn't get along with one other guy who worked there, and that's why she didn't hire him. Like, and there's tons of crazy stories like that. So the point I'm trying to get is, yeah, I mean, realize life is a game. You have to realize that this shit is a game, okay? And a lot of times, it's like an online game. For those younger people who know, it's like an online game, okay? You just don't know what's going to happen. The best you can do is just kind of navigate the shit right. You know, it's like, damn, like, I guess, like, I don't know, maybe driving a boat in a windy storm. Like, the best you can do is try to navigate that motherfucker to try to get to the right path. But I mean, anything can happen and knock you off course for some days, kind of thing. So the discouragement, man, like, becoming discouraged, as I say, is one of the big reasons that leads guys into red pill and this manosphere thing. Is like, you know, is finally realizing, okay, this is bigger than what I want to believe. So now, but these other guys, what they're saying are making sense. I think that's a big reason, is that discouragement in the dating world. Or some guys get in the red pill because they, you know, want to get their financial. Usually it's to get a bitch. All right. That's just what it is. And it's like, once you get to a point where you're just comfortable with yourself and happy with yourself, and then you see it as the game it is, and you start to let go, you start to learn how to let go of the pressure and the deadlines. You let go, and you learn how to start to kind of play with it, in a sense. And you'll find that it's like reading the Matrix kind of thing. Like, all of a sudden you'll just start to get it. And it's like, oh, well, that wasn't that hard. You know what I'm saying? But it's that analogy of trying to catch a butterfly. Okay. If you try to catch it, catch it. You're trying to catch a butterfly. Catching a butterfly with your bare hands while it's flying is pretty fucking hard to do, because they don't go on that steady stream. The motherfuckers be talking about all this shit, or try to catch a fly with your bare hands, right? When is the best time to catch a fly or a butterfly? When you sit down somewhere and relax, and that fly or butterfly, it'll eventually fly somewhere and then get calm and peaceful and land somewhere right near you. Everybody, that's how life is, man. So anyway, back to the heaven for men. The heaven for men, in my opinion, at least where I am now mentally, heaven for men is understanding that life is a game and learning to have fun with it. Okay, because because if there was one formula where anybody could be, you know, exactly what they wanted to be, everybody would just do it. So what's the next thing that's usually taught to people? Well, work hard, be serious, work hard, be punctual, be this and that. And what you'll find is when you switch to that route of that, you know, becoming super fucking strict on yourself and punishing and this and that, when you get to, what you'll find is you're never ever going to be happy with anything. I mean, sure, some stuff may amount to something, but it was never really you doing it. It was, you know, you try to take advice from somebody else and try to force yourself to become this kind of thing. And then what you'll find is, like, none of this was ever really you, or, you know, what you ever really, really wanted. Now, some of us are lucky enough to where we could make lifestyle choices. Others aren't. And let's just be real, a lot of that's just luck, you know, luck of, you know, what kind of family you were born into, or what the luck of connections you happen to make when you were younger, or the connections you make now. Like I said, there's always that luck is always playing a part. But in my opinion, the ultimate heaven is to learn, one is to learn that the world, it's really a game. The world is a sick, a funny and sick game. When you realize where all these serious decisions are coming from and why they're being made for what reason, you'll come to that realization, right? And the next, I forgot I lost my train of thought because I had two top things. What was a second thought? God damn it. Let me think. Stop. Think about it. I can't even remember. I honestly can't remember. But the honest core I'm getting at is learn that life is a game, and don't let the numbers in your bank account or the iPhone you have or the shoes you got, that shit doesn't define you, man. Like, you have to learn, like, learning how to kind of separate, because life is like art, where sure, like with art, you can come up with these exact measurements, exact, and then what will happen? Everything will be exactly the same and normal. So there's no, real ups and downs because it'll be so exact. That having that ability of letting go and kind of start playing with shit, you see, letting go and playing and go and learning completely different opinions from completely different people, and then putting that into your life and then seeing what kind of comes out of that. And then you kind of continuously see yourself evolve into this, growing creature. Okay. See, woman knows I haven't said anything about what woman comes far after this shit, man. The order, woman comes long after this. All right. And if some women, they'll end up, you bump into something, meet something along the way, but woman comes long after this shit. All right. Because the core of it is, like I say so many times, man, when it comes to women, I mean, yeah, money and all that shit helps, but woman wants to know that man is going to protect her. That's what all these issues in dating is now. Woman just wants to know a man will protect her. All right. But then you got the whole, all those old subcategories of, women seeing another woman with another man. Now she wants that man. Because a lot of women, they don't grow up much further than 15 years of age. That's a whole other topic. But talking about men and what's heaven for men, once you learn that life is a game, I mean, everybody still has some responsibilities, but at the core, life is a game. Because once you'll fully realize that no matter what you do, it could have turned out completely out of your favor or for your favor, no matter what you did. All right. There's nothing saying that if I go down to the mall and just start jacking off, I'm not jacking off. If I just start jacking off, doing the moonwalk down the middle of the fucking, hallway, somebody's going to love me and somebody's going to hate me. You see, that is a big thing for people to really to really understand and actually employ in the world. Because when you really think about it, you have no way of really knowing what's going to work. Because if people did, everybody would just do it. And then, so for all those who think they know it and they just do it, they all end up stuck in the same fucking life. Right? You can't know. That's the beauty of it, right? Remembering that no matter what option, no matter what choices you make in life, no matter what you decide to do, somebody's going to love you for it and somebody's going to hate you for it. If you try to walk around and be nice, if you walk around and try to be nice, motherfuckers don't know, he's just trying to be nice. He's fucking annoying. But they'll give you they'll do all that shit to you, but they know what's going on no matter what you pick, man. So you have to understand that no matter what options you pick, being afraid is fear and worry are really just useless emotions, but we have to struggle with it because part of our survival methods from biology. But but when you really think about it, fear and worry are worthless emotions. All right, because no matter what you choose, it's I don't say it's impossible to know every outcome, but when you go out there in that world and you're applying for jobs or you're trying to do better in life or to do better for yourself mentally, you'll never know where that one thing will come from that will truly give you that growth. For some guys, it's throwing darts. And for some reason for them, that does it for them. So for some guys, it's putting a train puzzle together. For some guys, or it could be completely out of nowhere. You fuck around and walk down a street that you never walked down, and then you fuck around and see a dog, and it's hurt. And then you start to think about life, and it's like, well, wow, like if nobody's seen that dog, it probably would have died if it wasn't for me taking that one walk down that random street that day. And you start to just think about shit, and be like, damn, and see, that's when the growth happens. So hopefully I got to a point for the heaven for men thing. Heaven for men is not money. Okay. It's not. You know how most of my friends make six figures, right? At least six figures. Most of my friends do. And what you'll find is when you get to that point, you're just going to have six-figure problems. All right. Now, the only difference is from eating $10 burgers, you eating $100 burgers, but it's the same shit. You have the same problems. You know, you probably doing it in a little nicer area, but you're going to have the same issues. Okay. Money is not going to fix it. I mean, okay, let me correct myself. I'm from the US. In those worlds, money isn't going to fix it. It isn't going to fix you. Okay. It's not going to fix you. You have to come to the realization that the world is a game. Because the more you take it serious, the more they're going to look. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a concise way to explain it. Because throughout my time, throughout my lifetime, whenever I try to do things, you know, by the book and serious, I got by the book results, right? And by the book results, motherfuckers will happily watch you work your life away for peanuts if you do everything by the book, because then you're a good little boy. Whenever I made bigger steps, it was when I took some wild road, some wild spontaneous road. That was when the biggest, you know, come ups or whatever in my life happened, was when I did that. This shit that nobody seen coming. You know, I didn't even see it coming from myself. I just did something spontaneous that I don't think I would even do. Those were the moments when it would happen, man. And then learning that once you do it, and then you find, oh, I'm actually fine. You know, I'm not dead. I'm fine. You know, and I learned this and this and this. And then it's like, oh, wow. And then you can get addicted to that level of growth. You see? So, yeah, my opinion now is heaven for men is grow personally. One woman is going to come, because like I say so many times, man, women need you. All right. They try to play this game when they're early in their early years. They try to play these games of, you know, I don't really know what I want, because they know guys want to fuck them. They play these games. But women, they only get that shit for about 10 years. And after that, they like Coach Greg Adams, they trying to hit buzzer beaters, trying to get married with kids in 15 minutes and some shit like that. Like they going to need you. So you don't worry about women. They are always going to. Okay. Just like how a 23-year-old woman has an endless supply of men when she's 23. You're going to have an endless supply of women when you're 33. All right. It's just later. And you're going to have it for much longer. You see, women is so think of it like that. Anyway, I'm out of here. If anybody has any questions about anything specific that I said in an older Heaven for Men video or this one, definitely, you know, let me know and ask me just directly. And don't feel like you got to hold any punches or anything. Just let her rip and just ask. But yeah, I'm out of here, man. You guys have a good day. Bye.